Barclay Goodrow is no longer a New York Ranger. Let's talk about it. And welcome back to New York Sports Wicker Media. I'm Watts UK99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. So the news came down earlier on Wednesday that Barclay Goodrow, who's been a forward with the Rangers for a couple of years now, has been claimed off waivers by the San Jose Sharks. And I got to be honest with you, I am genuinely surprised that he was claimed by any team with his contract. He is owed $3.642 million each year for the next 3 years. Now, I know he was a very good playoff performer for the Rangers. He's got some Stanley Cups on his resume, but let's think about it. Goodrow is 31 years old. He had only 12 points in 80 games played last year. And for other things, his penalty killing, it just doesn't measure up to some of the other forwards on this team. His role on the team has been reducing and reducing. And yes, I will never deny his ability in the playoffs. He scored 6 goals in just 16 postseason games. This after he scored 4 in 80 regular season games. And now he's off to the worst team in the league, also the team where he started his career in the San Jose Sharks. And from what I hear, he is not very happy about being put on waivers and going to the Sharks. And I can't say I blame him. Going from a legitimate Stanley Cup contender to a team that's probably going to be in the lottery every year for the next several years, I'd be upset as well. But you know what? The New York Rangers did what was right for business. The team needs to get grittier, and while Goodrow does give you some of that, you can't justify $3.6 million per going forward. And what this does is the Rangers don't have to buy Goodrow out. So they're free of his cap hit. So now instead of having a little over $9 million to work with, they have $12.8 million in space to work with. So with that money, you can keep your own players both this offseason and the next. Also, you could get a couple of outside players who can provide that style of play. I mean, I could get a good face-off center and a decent penalty killer for $1 million, $1.5 million. So I felt there were too many players on the team that didn't give you the physicality. So now maybe you could bring in multiple players who can give that to you. Or maybe, just maybe, not advocating for this necessarily, but it could give the Rangers a little space to go after a big ticket item like a Jake Guentzel if that's something that they do want to do. But as far as what the Rangers have to do, well, they've already signed Kaapo Kakko to a 1-year deal for $2.4 million. They had to re-sign him or get rid of him, had to make a decision. They signed him, I think, to a very reasonable contract. Even if you don't like Kakko, that's fine, but 1 year, $2.4 million, fine. Now, a lot of the young players they have coming up, because you want to bring up some young players to fill in some roster spots, a lot of them are left wingers. Gabe Perreault, Brennan Othmann, Brett Berard, Adam Edstrom, Adam Sikora. A lot of these guys are left wingers. Not all of them, but many of them. And the Rangers have an abundance of that already. What I'm worried about is center depth. Of course, they have Mika Zibanejad and Vinny Trocheck for a while. Filipino, very, very good player, but you have to be worried about his health with his recent history of concussion issues. So no doubt the Rangers need to add some depth at center. They need to add a good face-off centers and somebody who can provide some physicality. Also on defense, both Ryanlindgren and Bradenschneider are restricted free agents. The Rangers need to make decisions on them. And also, and as we've talked about on this channel before, Igorshesterkin, the Rangers' best player and stud goaltender, is entering the last year of a deal where he's being paid just $5.6 million per. So to me, the Rangers have to be looking at signing him to an extension. They cannot let him get to unrestricted free agency after the 24-25 season. And the way Alexei Lafreniere was playing, hey, after this year, he'll get a nice raise from the $2.3 million that he was making there as well. So having this extra money is going to be a big help for the Rangers as the salary cap continues to climb. But again, as good as Goodrow was in the playoffs, you know what? The Rangers have been through enough in the last couple of years in the playoffs where, you know what, they have to find that. They have to contribute some of the scoring that Goodrow was giving them. But as far as the regular season goes, I don't think this is too much of a loss at all. The Rangers have been through enough. They've been through enough playoff experience. If they don't know what they have to do to win now, they're never going to know. And remember, after this year also, Artemi Panarin and Jacob Trouba's contracts are coming up in a pretty short period of time, and that's $20 million combined that in 2 years will be off the cap as well. So you still have about a 1 to 2 year window here, and before you have to do some serious retooling. But again, it's a rough part of the business, but this was a necessary part of the business as well. So I thank Barclay Goodrow. I wish him nothing but the best going forward in San Jose. That's pretty much what I got to say about that. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you right back here with more content from you know where. There it is, the wicker chair.